Gumbo Limbo Nature Center is a 20-acre coastal preserve on Boca Raton's barrier island between the Atlantic Ocean and the Intercoastal Waterway. If you saw our previous video, you know this is on our list of places to visit when visiting Boca Raton. Hi, we're Jack and Erica with Hello Pumpkin Travels, and today we are going to take a deeper dive into Gumbo Limbo Nature Center and share everything to know about the center. We'll cover what we loved and things that could have been better. With that being said, let's start off with the parking. The parking at Gumbo Limbo is free. You heard me right, free. In this day and age, you can't beat free parking. The parking is limited, however. We didn't notice anyone having an issue finding a spot. We think with the size of the preserve, plenty of people are constantly coming and going, that no one has issues finding a parking space. The Nature Center is a cooperative effort among the City of Boca Raton, the Greater Boca Raton Beach and Park District, and the Florida Atlantic University. The Welcome Center will be where you can use the restrooms, grab a map, make donations, or purchase an item from the gift shop. Gumbo Limbo is split up into 3 different sections. First is the Coastal Hammock Boardwalk. Second, you have the marine aquariums and sea turtle conservation. And lastly, third, you have the Butterfly Garden and Ashley Trail. The Nature Center and aquariums are open Monday from noon to 4 and Tuesdays through Sunday 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. The trails, boardwalk, and observation tower are open daily from 7 a.m. to sunset. There is no admission fee. Once again, you heard me right. The nature preserve is completely free. Now, if you are able, Jack and I encourage you to make a donation, adopt a turtle, or purchase something from their gift shop to help give back to the amazing work that they're doing. If you're in the Welcome Center and make a left, you will head directly to the Coastal Hammock Boardwalk. This is a 1/3 of a mile elevated boardwalk that winds through a tropical coastal hammock forest. Now, before you enter, here is a word of advice that we kind of blew past before starting the walk that we encourage you to look at if you're afraid of spiders. This is because the trail is filled with golden silk spiders. They're harmless to humans, however, they are massive, and the females can get as big as a human hand in some cases. Once you notice them on the trail, you will notice hundreds of them going forward, and in lots of cases, they are hanging over your head or right next to you. This is one thing that Jack and I didn't love. For me, after this boardwalk, my nerves were kind of shot, and I just need a minute to sit and relax. I'm not even that afraid of spiders, but just seeing such giant ones and envisioning them coming on my head, I just felt like I was Ron Weasley from Harry Potter, and I just wanted to follow the butterflies, not the spiders. Now, back to the trail. The trail leads you in a few different directions. One leads you to an intercoastal overlook. You can also keep taking it where it leads you to Red Reef Park West, which is a great place to park if you want to go to the beach or just relax with a picnic. I would have loved that after all these spiders, having a picnic. Lastly, there is the observation tower called Jacob's Outlook, which is a 40-foot high tower that provides breathtaking panoramic views of the Intercoastal Waterway, the Atlantic Ocean, and the ecosystems of the barrier island. The best part about the observation tower is that it is ADA compliant with a 700-foot long accessible ramp. This was great for Jack and I, as we were able to keep our daughter in her stroller and be able to walk all the way to the top. Making your way back off the Coastal Hammock Boardwalk, you will come to the Welcome Center again. the back of the Welcome Center, you will be led to the Sea Turtle Conservation Building. Now, on your way to that building, you will also pass another set of restrooms. So if you don't use them within the Welcome Center, you can use them back here. There is a men, a women's, and a family restroom. Now, within the Sea Turtle Conservation Building, you will find hundreds of sea turtles that are being rehabilitated. These turtles are rescued from the wild due to accidents or other mishaps and are taken care of at the center until they are able to be released back into the wild. Outside of the Sea Turtle Conservation Building, you will find the marine aquariums. These are large saltwater aquariums that represent different South Florida marine habitats. Within the aquariums, you're able to see native fish, stingrays, and other sea life. There are scheduled feeding presentations. However, by the time Jack and I got there, they had already happened. Therefore, if you're interested in seeing the feeding presentations, make sure you call the day before your visit or check their website to find out what time the feedings will happen the day you visit. That way you can be sure not to miss them. We loved seeing the little sea turtles and all the unique fish. There was a really pretty blue and pink fish that I just loved. I got my photo with that one, and we took lots of family photos, which was so fun. But we definitely loved seeing all the little baby turtles. They were just so precious. The large aquarium tanks are just full of amazing sea life, and it was just so beautiful. So definitely a good spot to see. The last section of the Gumbo Limbo Nature Center is the Butterfly Garden and Ashley Trail. The Butterfly Garden is a dedicated garden where wild butterflies like monarchs can be observed throughout the year. Unfortunately, Jack and I did not see any butterflies. Butterfly Garden, you will end up on the Ashley Trail. This is a short walking path that leads you to a Cheeky, which is a small open structure overlooking the Intercoastal Waterway. The best part about this section is the Intercoastal Waterway. It was so beautiful to see, but since we didn't get to experience the butterflies, this is one section we wouldn't have to do again if we went back, especially if it's not butterfly season. It was a narrow path at the beginning, so with a stroller it wasn't the most convenient, and once again, there were lots of spiders. And as I mentioned, my nerves were already shot, so experiencing more spiders, I was just like, ooh, I'm just ready to go back and enjoy the baby turtles and the fish, because that section was perfect. No spiders, just marine life. Leave us a comment if you have been to Gumbo and what you love. If you haven't, check out our video linked below of our 5 favorite things to do in Boca Raton, Florida. Gumbo Limbo Nature Center's mission is to inspire stewardship of coastal and marine ecosystems. So what better way to do that than to visit Gumbo Limbo on your next trip to Boca Raton? Thanks for taking this deep dive into Gumbo Limbo Nature Center with us. We're Jack and Erica with Hello Pumpkin Travels, and we'll see you around like a donut.